All right, let's look at the homework 5.1, problem number 3. All right, so function is 9 plus 2x squared. So I'm going to type in f of x is equal to 9 plus 2x squared, and then hit enter. All right, and in this case, we're going from -1 to 2, so the interval is length 3. And then we divide it into 3 rectangles. So delta x is going to be 1. So I'm going to have 1 times, which doesn't really do anything. And then we have f of, so you have 3 of them, f of. All right, so for the right sum, we're going to use the right endpoint. So first interval, right endpoint would be 0. Second one, right endpoint would be 1. And the last one is going to be 2, right? So if you hit enter, you can see that 37. So we have 37, right? For 6 rectangle, right? So you're going to have to do 3 divided by 6. So it's going to be 1/2. And then right endpoint would be negative 1/2. And the next one is 0. Right, next one is maybe 0, and next one is 1/2, and then we have to have 3 more, f of 2 halves, and then f of 3 halves, right? Then we have f of and 4 halves, f of 4 halves, which is 2. Right, then hit enter. All right, so it became 34.75. So 34.75. Right, and then picture would be so we're doing the right endpoint. So here, right endpoint, right endpoint, right endpoint. So this is going to be the correct picture. And for the 6th one, this is not right endpoint. This is not right endpoint. This one using the right endpoint. So this is it. Right? Right. So let's check the answer. All right. I came back and looks like we got all parts of part A correctly. Right? So we're going to do the same thing with the left endpoints, right? So here, left endpoints, we're going to have to change it to, right? So we're going to have to start from -1, right? So let's do the 3 rectangles one. So I'm going to just go back, and then we have 3 of them, right? So it's -1, and the next one is 0, and the next one is 1. So here, right? Then hit enter, and actually, it's actually the delta x is 1, right? So hit enter. All right, so L3 will be 31, right? And L6, so left endpoint, so it's going to be 1/2 this time, right? And then we have to do left endpoints. Next one would be a negative 1/2, and next one is 0. Next one is f of 1/2 plus f of 2/2, and the last one is f of 3/2. So we have 6 of them, right? Then hit enter, and we have a 31.75. So you have a 31.75, and the picture is easy to choose. So this is not it. So this is the right endpoint. And left endpoint would be this one, right? For L6, left endpoint would be this one. Let's see. So left endpoint. So this one, right? This is not it. This is a midpoint. This is the right endpoint. So that's the correct one, right? So let's check the answer. All right. I came back and we got L3 and L6 correctly. And we have the correct picture for L3, and then we have a correct picture for L6, right? Let's do part C. So this is going to be a midpoint. So M3, right? So let's look at this here. All right, so delta x is going to be 1 for M3. And then, so we're going to have 3 of them, f of. All right, so for the first interval, the midpoint is, first interval is from -1 to 0, so it's going to be -1/2 is the midpoint. All right, from 0 to 1, midpoint would be 1/2. And then for the last one, between 1 and 2, midpoint would be 3/2. Right? So we just pick the midpoint of each interval and then hit enter. So we get the 32.5. So you have a 32.5. Right? M6 is going to be, so we're going to have to, right? So first interval is -1 to -1/2. So it's going to be -3/4. Right? Then we just have to keep on adding 1/2. So it's going to be 1/2 is going to be -1/4, and it's going to be f of 1/4. Next one is f of 3/4. And next one is f of 5/4. Next one is f of 7/4. Right? Then hit enter. Right? Actually, the width is going to be 1/2. So we have that. So it's a 32.88. So 32.88. Right? So have that. Right, midpoint, so this is not it, this is not it, right? So here we're using a midpoint of each one to determine the height of the rectangle. So this is going to be it. Right, this isn't it. So here, this is using the midpoint, so this is the correct picture. Right, so from your sketch, this appears to be the most accurate. The most accurate is probably the midpoint one. You can see that here, this is pretty, so you're underestimate and overestimate kind of cancel out each other. Right, so midpoint is probably the best option here. Right, so let's check the answer. All right, it came back and looks like we messed up the M6. All right, so I think the precision is the issue. So I'm gonna go to setting, and then change that to maybe decimal, 4 decimal places. So you can see that it's 82.875. So it's going to be 875. All right, let's check the answer again. All right, it came back and looks like we got the M6 correctly as well. And we have the correct picture for M3, and we have a correct picture for M6. And M6 is probably the best, most accurate one. All right, that's it. I hope that this was clear.